Hi everyone, George here, and I thought I'd just give you a quick tour of all of my aquariums at home. So let's start off with my Aquascaper 600, and you'll see that the cabinet's disappeared, and the reason for that is that I had to take it down to an exhibit, an exhibition, the RHS Plant and Art Fair down in London. So I used the cabinet for that, but I had a spare empty Aquascaper 600 to Scape there, so there'll be a vlog video on that coming out soon. So this is my Blackwater Aquascape. There's a few videos on this already, so this is like an update. It's growing really nicely, and I've had to thin out the frog bit there, the floating plant. I've had to kind of cut that back, or remove about half of it. That was growing really well. And that was a Tropica 1-2 grow plant. It comes in a small plastic cup. You've probably seen them. And it's, yeah, as you can see, it's grown really well. The roots, I think, add a really nice kind of vertical element to the aquascape that gives the fish plenty of room to feel, for shelter and security. Floating plants grow really rapidly because they have kind of unlimited access to air. With CO2 in the air, and obviously they're much nearer the light source as well, so they tend to grow really quickly. In fact, I have been adding a little bit of fertiliser just to encourage its growth. And the great thing about floating plants is that they, like all plants, they produce oxygen through their roots as well, so they're oxygenating the water. They're removing ammonia and other nitrogen compounds from the water, and just a real healthy thing for the whole aquarium system. So fish-wise in here, some of you may already know we've got the glow-light tetras, and then there's a couple of male Bolivian rams, which they do get on most of the time. They have their little scraps, which is quite interesting to watch, but I think they're happy in here. There is a banjo catfish in here hiding somewhere, and there's also a flash plec. You might be able to see the flash plec down this side. It normally hangs around underneath this piece of wood. It's super dark down here though, I don't think my camera's capable. I'm only using the iPhone today, guys. But you can see, look at all this detritus. I need to do some. But it looks really natural, I think. It's the thing with this scape. It's just a different vibe. It's not like a high impact in your face, look at me sort of aesthetic. It's a much more kind of understated, relying on sort of real nature and the impact. Excuse the reflection. No, I really like it. I think it looks quite cute on this table as well, because you can actually you can look down into the scape properly because it's so low, the table. So the light, I've got the flat one on here. I did have a Twin Star 600S, but again, that was used down at the exhibition down in London. I've used both lights now for a long time, and I can, hand on heart, say I think I prefer the Twin Star. It's a less expensive light, and I actually prefer the colour rendition of the Twin Star. It's I think a much kind of richer colour. You get kind of more variations in greens, and they both grow the plants very well. I think the Twin Star has slightly less power than this. This is 70 watts, so the Twin Star I think is 45. But yeah, they're both great lights. But if I had to choose one, it would be the Twin Star. Not even sure if these are available in the UK yet, the flat one. But both very capable of growing plants. I mean, I'll leave a link up there in the description as well about my Aquascaper 600 Scape before this, where I used the flat one, this light on that, and it was growing the plants magnificently. So it's definitely a capable light, but just in terms of value, I think this would be a lot more expensive than the Twin Star. And yeah. So yeah, that's my Scape, guys. What do you think? Do you like this kind of understated beauty? It's kind of subtle, you know, vibe, more naturalistic vibe. Okay, let's go over to my budget scape. So this is doing well. Really, some of the Staragini has been dying off. We're getting a few floating leaves, but on the whole, all the plants seem super healthy. We replaced, we did have some stem plants in the back, and I did talk about it in the last video about the removal of the stems. There is some regrowth there. You can see the Rotala green in the bottom left. It's slowly growing. Now, I am thinking about adding CO2. So this is a super good value kit, Neo CO2 from Aquario, and I think it's retailing at $14.99. It's like the yeast-based system, but I think a little bit kind of tweaked. And you get their really cool Neo diffuser, which I think is worth the $14.99 on its own. So I think it's a really kind of budget-friendly way to get CO2 into a relatively small tank. So I'll give it a go, and we can monitor the plant health and see the different plant. You know, if there's an increased rate in plant growth, etc. We can check out the differences. It'll be interesting. So I've got the green neons in here, a bit shy at the moment, a bit camera shy. Cherry shrimp are breeding like crazy. In fact, no, they're not. Their actual numbers have dwindled a bit, I'm guessing because of the super hot weather. But there's still plenty in there. So, I don't know if you can see the tetras there in the background. I'll feed them later, they'll come out later and feed them. So yeah, mainly crypts. We've got a carpet of Micranthemum Monte Carlo and Halantium Tanalum, Staragini repens, a couple of different types of moss. 2 or 3 different crypts, Undulatus reds I think is definitely one of them, maybe Lucans. We've got Anubias pangolino, and there's a couple of Eucliphalandras as well. Aquascaper soil, 20 watt LED light there, beams work. The tank is a newer Mirabello, but I've ripped the hood off because I hate hoods basically. I hate lids, so I took that off and I'll just put this third party light on top. Just an internal filter there, nothing too fancy, internal sponge filter. And that's it. There's a heater in there as well, set to 24. But yeah, there's a full playlist on this tank, guys, Budget Scape. Right, let's go over to the 1200. There's our football chart. Doing well, England, come on England. Coming out. Right, here's the 1200, it is looking great right now. I've taken the filter off because again I used that down at the RHS, so just got the one filter running right now, but it's absolutely fine. I mean, it's not a heavy fish load, plant growth is great, so it's going to help. This is just my favourite scape out of the 3. It's over 6 months old now. And I'm really tempted just to keep it going because it's very low maintenance. I'm only maintaining it probably once, maybe twice a month. Plant growth's really manageable because it's all slow growing plants. Apart from the lily maybe. But yeah, I really love it. Kessel lighting, Kessel A360 WE Tuna Sun, Aquascaper 1200 with Aquascaper glass pipework sets, and 1200, so 4 foot long, 2 feet front to back, and then 18 inches tall. Oh, just stay here for a bit. This is the view. This is the view I have from my sofa. So I have a TV here, which is very rarely on. Question for you: which is your favourite tank out of the 3? So we had the Blackwater, we had the Budget Scape, and now the Aquascaper 1200. So let me know, guys, what's your favourite and why? Be really interested to know your thoughts. Okay, guys, I'm going to sign off there. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, keep on scaping. Cheerio.